So guys, we have all heard of the story of that old fruit seller who sells one watermelon for $3 and three watermelons for $10, and we all know that all of the people go to him and they buy three watermelons for $9, and they in turn tell him that how stupid he is and he doesn't know how to do business and he's poor at math, totally ignoring the fact that he just made them buy three instead of one. So there are many business lessons that we can learn. There are few important learnings that we can learn from this story about pricing. So what are those lessons? I'll tell you at the end of this video, so stay tuned. We all know that pricing is one of the most important pillars in every startup, and it is very important to make the startup sustainable and have a good financial health. But many entrepreneurs are unaware of how to price their product, as they are early stage and they don't have much of a customer data or traction. So in this video, we are going to discuss how to price your product if you are an early stage startup, and also what measures to take in terms of pricing and building a pricing strategy. तो अगर आप इस चैनल पर नए हैं तो इस वीडियो को लाइक करिए, शेयर करिए, कमेंट करिए, और अगर आपने अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो सब्सक्राइब करिए और बेल आइकन हिट करना भूलना मत, ताकि मेरे लेटेस्ट वीडियोस के नोटिफिकेशंस आप तक सबसे पहले ज़रूर पहुंचे। So hi guys, my name is Siddhant and I'm your entrepreneur consultant, and today we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, and which is the core of every business, that is the pricing. How to price the product, what should be the pricing strategy, and how to go about thinking about the pricing. Now, the first thing that we need to understand is no price is correct and no price is wrong, because pricing is a thing that it is very subjective. It can vary from product to product, it can vary from company to company, and it can vary from a different customer segment to a different customer segment. तो इसमें एक बात जान लेना काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हमारी प्राइसिंग है, और हमारी प्राइसिंग हमारे कंपनी का परसेप्शन क्रिएट करती है, तो उससे किसी भी कॉम्पिटिटर के साथ कभी भी कंपेयर नहीं करना चाहिए, unless you are in a very competitive market and you are providing your product to the masses. So that's where the competitive pricing comes into play. So the first thing that you need to decide is that which market segment are you going to enter? Are you going to cater to the masses, or are you going to cater to the classes? So what you need to understand is your product going to be aspirational, or it is going to be a normal product that everyone and anyone can buy? तो यहाँ पे आपको ये डिफाइन करना होगा सबसे पहले कि आप एक नॉर्मल एंड्रॉयड फ़ोन बना रहे हो, जैसे कि Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo, या आप एक अच्छा क्लास, एक एस्पिरेशनल, एक हाई क्वालिटी फ़ोन बना रहे हो, जैसे कि आईफोन, राइट? तो इससे आपको एक कस्टमर सेगमेंट का आइडिया आ जाएगा, जिससे आप उसकी अफोर्डेबिलिटी और उसका बिहेवियरल इकोनॉमिक्स आप अंडरस्टैंड कर सकते हो, राइट? सो फर्स्ट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड इज द मार्केट दैट यू आर गोइंग टू टारगेट. द सेकंड थिंग इज दैट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट एवरीथिंग at an early stage level is based upon assumptions and hypothesis. So this assumption and hypothesis will determine that how much of your guesses will be correct, and it totally depends upon how educated you are in terms of the customer, in terms of market understanding, and how good is the quality of your research that you have done prior to the development of the product. And if you're not aware of how to do a good quality research and how to collect good primary data, then you can click on the I button, और आप मेरे पीछे जाके एक प्रीवियस वीडियो देख सकते हो जहाँ पे मैंने मार्केट रिसर्च और वैलिडेशन के बारे में बात की है. फर्स्ट थिंग दैट द एंटरप्रेन्योर नीड्स टू अंडरस्टैंड in this segment while doing the research is फर्स्ट रिसर्च अबाउट योर कॉम्पिटिटर्स प्राइसिंग. आपके कॉम्पिटिटर के प्राइसिंग के बारे में डिटरमाइन कीजिए, आपको कॉम्पिटिटर के कंज्यूमर के अफोर्डेबिलिटी के बारे में डिटरमाइन कीजिए, आपके कॉम्पिटिटर के कंज्यूमर डेमोग्राफिक्स को डिटरमाइन करिए. तो ये काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें आपको अंडरस्टैंड करवाएंगी कि अगर आपको कॉम्पिटिटिव प्राइसिंग करनी है तो आपको क्या प्राइस रखनी पड़ेगी, जिससे आप अपने कॉम्पिटिटर से कंपेयर कर पाओगे और कम्पीट कर पाओगे. और अगर आप अफोर्ड कर सकते हो कम प्राइस रखना, तो क्या प्राइस पे आप उसको पोटेंशियली कट कर पाओगे मार्केट से. और अगर आप एक हाई क्वालिटी, अगर आप क्लासेस के लिए प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हो, ना कि मासेस के लिए, देन यू नीड टू जस्ट पोजीशन योरसेल्फ इन टर्म्स ऑफ ब्रांडिंग एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ प्राइसिंग to target just that high income customer segment, that is the top 1% or top 0.1% of the total customers. So at this point, the only thing that will help you in understanding the pricing and help you in making the right guesses and making the right assumptions is your data that you have collected via customer interviews and via research, which will help you to build a strong hypothesis and a strong assumptions behind your product. Now the third thing you need to understand, and which is very important, that you need to understand the economics and you need to understand the numbers involved in the business. तो जैसे मैंने previously कहा, आपको COGS समझना पड़ेगा आपके बिजनेस का, आपको समझना पड़ेगा कि आप ये प्रोडक्ट अगर 10 रुपीज़ में बेच रहे हो तो ये प्रोडक्ट आपको कितने में पड़ रहा है बनाने के लिए या फिर प्रोक्योर करने के लिए, राइट? सो यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द कॉस्ट दैट इट टेक्स टू मेक और टू प्रोक्योर, and then you can decide what would be the sale price, also considering the miscellaneous expenses like rent and salaries and everything, right? You need to figure out that what is the cost of goods sold, what is the cost of the raw materials, and what is the cost of product development, and then at what price will I break even, and at what price will I start making the profits. So once you're thorough with your numbers, then you can start improving or optimizing your pricing strategy. The fourth and the last point, but the most important point, is understanding how your product is perceived by the customers, because at the end of the day their perception is what will lead them to buy your product. तो यहाँ पे आपको समझना है कि आपके प्रोडक्ट के बारे में लोग क्या सोचते हैं, कि अगर लोग सोचते हैं कि ये काफ़ी चीप प्रोडक्ट है तो शायद से नहीं खरीदेंगे, अगर लोग सोचते हैं कि वैल्यू फॉर मनी नहीं है तो शायद नहीं खरीदेंगे, लेकिन अगर वो सोचते हैं कि इतने कम दाम में इतनी सारी चीज़ें मिल रही है, मतलब वैल्यू फॉर मनी है, तो शायद से वो खरीद लेंगे। अगर उनको लगता है कि इतने प्राइस में इतनी अच्छी क्वालिटी मिल रही है, मीन्स इट इज़ गुड क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट इवन इफ इट इज़ एक्सपेंसिव, तो शायद से वो खरीद लेंगे। सो यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज़ द कस्टमर्स परसेप्शन अबाउट योर प्रोडक्ट। यहाँ पे एक काफ़ी अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है, वो है नेटफ्लिक्स का। हम सब जानते हैं कि नेटफ्लिक्स चार्जेस 199 रुपीज़ पर मंथ फॉर सिंगल स्क्रीन एंड फॉर नॉर्मल HD क्वालिटी, राइट? बट यू कैन गेट 2 screens at full HD for 699. You can get 4 screens Ultra HD at 799. So here what Netflix understands is that Netflix subscription is generally bought by friends in a group, or it is bought by the family members. So if 5 people need to buy individually the subscriptions, then it would cost them more than 1,500 rupees. But if they give it to you at 799, then you would definitely choose the 799 because you get 4 screens at Ultra HD instead of choosing 1 screen SD at 199. Now the cost of customer acquisition or cost of providing 3 more screens for Netflix is negligible. It is almost equal to nil, right? Because what it takes for them is just the servers. They have the content is same, they have the app in place, they have everything in place, they have the technology in place, but they just need to add servers. So the cost of customer acquisition there is nil, but the customers डोंट थिंक अबाउट दैट. सो कस्टमर्स को आपके मार्जिन के बारे में या आपके प्राइसिंग के बारे में कुछ फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता. इट ऑल डिपेंड्स अपॉन वॉट इज़ देयर परसेप्शन अबाउट योर प्रोडक्ट, राइट? सो इन द एंड इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट those pricing strategies and tactics will not help you make your company a billion-dollar business. In the end, the product is always the king. It all depends upon how strong or how good the quality of your product is. So work upon your product, and then you can decide the pricing strategy based upon the price of the product and based upon the target consumer market. Now there's a small activity, and you can see the chart here. So this chart is provided by Sequoia, which is a very large investing firm which invests in large startups all over the world, right? So ये एक एक्टिविटी जो हम और आप कर सकते हैं, और ये काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है आपको आपके assumptions और आपके hypothesis डिफाइन करने के लिए. तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि फर्स्ट सेगमेंट में वहाँ पे आपको लिखना है what would the people choose instead of your product, like what are the substitutes, and what would the people choose along with your product, like what complements your product. So आपको ये 2 categories लिखना है, what would substitute your product and what would complement your product. Now the second thing you need to write down is लोग आपके प्रोडक्ट के बारे में क्या सोचते हैं, इंट्यूटिवली क्या सोचते हैं. तो the first one is what do the people think intuitively, and what do the people think after pondering on it for hours and after doing rigorous analysis, like rationally क्या सोचते हैं. So the one column is for intuitive thinking and the one column is for rational thinking. So you need to be sitting in the seat of customer and you need to be thinking about your product through the customer's eyes. Now the third field indicates that the perception of the customers in terms of price of your product. So suppose I make a product like a phone and it replaces an Android phone which is worth about 10,000 rupees currently in the market. So what the customer would think is that the product that I'm providing replaces that 10,000 rupees phone. That means even the price of my phone would be less than 10,000, or it would be equal to 10,000. So the perception of the price of your product depends upon the price of the product that your product replaces, राइट तो अगर मेरा फ़ोन उस फ़ोन को रिप्लेस कर रहा है 10,000 रुपीज़ के फ़ोन को, तो मेरे प्रोडक्ट की प्राइस भी 10,000 मानी जाएगी. लेकिन अगर ये मेरा 10,000 वाला फ़ोन अगर 40,000 के आईफोन को रिप्लेस कर रहा है, मतलब यहाँ पे प्राइस डिफरेंस काफ़ी ह्यूज है, तो यहाँ पे परसेप्शन लेवल भी काफ़ी बड़ा होगा. सो कस्टमर्स विल ऑटोमेटिकली प्रेफर माई फोन इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट आईफोन, right? And the last field number 4 that you can see is that it will help you define your customer segments. 1 2 3 1 2 3, right? You can define your target segments based upon their age, their affordability, their geographical locations, and their various demographical features, and that will help you narrow down your target customer segment. So let's end it with learnings from the story of old man who was a fruit seller that we previously discussed during the introduction, right? So what can we learn from that story? So the first point is have such a pricing model that it generates attention, right? तो ऐसी एक attractive pricing strategy रखिए जो attention grasp करेगी लोगों का. So in that example, the thing that grabs attention of the people is the mathematical mistake that he has made in terms of pricing the watermelons. One watermelon for $3 and 3 watermelons for $10 is the mistake that he has deliberately made in terms of getting the attention of the consumers. Now the second important thing that we can learn is the behavioral economics. Now we all love bargaining, we all love sales, and we all love to save money, and we don't leave a chance अगर हमको मौका मिलता है पैसे बचाने का. तो यहाँ पे 1 for $3 and 3 for $10, we immediately realize that we could buy 3 watermelons for $9 instead of 10, and we think that, oh, I'm saving $1, totally ignoring the fact that I would have bought 1 for $3 and now I'm made to buy 3 for $9. So indirectly we are buying more and we are spending more. But that is how human psychology works, and that is how behavioral economics work, that saving $1 makes us feel so good that we end up buying 3 instead of buying just 1. And the third thing is ego. हम सबको पता है कि ईगो हमारे किसी भी फील्ड में किसी भी डिसीजन को कितना ज़्यादा अफेक्ट कर सकता है. तो यहाँ पे as we all know that every time the customer would buy 3 watermelons for $9, he used to go to the old man and say that you are stupid, you don't understand the business, and you sell 3 for 10 instead of selling 3 for 9, right? So now what we are doing, that every time we buy 3 watermelons for $9, we go to him and we shout at him just to satisfy our ego, because it is something that makes us feel good, it is something that makes us feel higher, right? So from the customer point of view, it makes us feel good to think that I saved $1 and I taught something to that old man. But now the winner here is the cleverer person is the old man, because now he has to keep his ego aside, and instead of explaining to the customer, or instead of getting angry at the customer, he has to remain calm to increase his sales and see people buying more watermelons instead of buying one, right? So guys, आज का वीडियो यहीं पे ख़त्म करते हैं. अगर आपको पसंद आया होगा और अगर आपको प्राइसिंग स्ट्रेटजीज के बारे में या प्राइसिंग के बारे में सोचने में कुछ मदद मिली होगी, तो इस वीडियो को ज़रूर लाइक करना, शेयर करना, कमेंट करना, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर करना, और अगर आप इस चैनल पर नए हैं तो इस चैनल को ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करना और बेल आइकन हिट करना भूलना मत, ताकि मेरे हर लेटेस्ट वीडियो के नोटिफिकेशंस आप तक सबसे पहले पहुंचे, क्योंकि इस चैनल में मैं काफ़ी सारे एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और स्टार्टअप से रिलेटेड वीडियोस लेके आता रहता हूं. तो कल मिलेंगे फिर से एक नए वीडियो के साथ में. तब तक के लिए गुड बाय, टेक केयर, थैंक यू.